Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, and today's lesson is Fungees by Leslie Crumbler. She is also a ZZT and did her training the same time I did, so she's a graduate from class 4. And her Fungees was when we were challenged to go out and look around and come up with something from nature. And she came up with Fungees. Her step outs are a little bit different. Hers are more grid pot type, and I changed it into a more freehand, so you can see my step outs here and a little pattern. We're going to start so you can see how I do it. And we're going to start by putting a dot in the corner with our pencil in our border. Of course, you can see the one I did on a bookmark. I didn't do that, but we can put string in there if you want. And then I'm going to use my pen. I use a Micron 01 by Sakura, and I always use Sakura products. I like them the best. I believe that Rick and Maria did a lot of research to find out what pen was the best, and I fully agree. This is a fabulous pen. I use an 01. I like the little tiny tip. So we're just going to start in the center. I've just kind of divided this off. And I'm going to make a kind of a little bell shape with a wiggly line below it. And then another bell shape coming out from that with a wiggly line. And they just kind of grow out of each other to begin with, all the way down your paper. And now we're going to go back and we're going to put a little curve line so that it actually looks like that one is growing out of the other. And then the last one, we're just going to curve. We're going to make another row of them. And I'm just going to have them a little bit longer. Still that same bell shape. Sometimes mine are a little wider. Then I'm going to make that curve line in. And I can just completely fill in this area with these little bell shapes. So I could start here, and I could do a little holly bow effect. So it kind of went under that one. And my little bells are never the same size. They're very freehand. Now, I like to go back and fill in this space with my black pen. And that really gives it, like I always say, that drama that it occurs when you're tangling. So I will go through and fill in the rest of those and maybe fill in this whole space with Fungees. And there we have Fungees filled in behind. And I can just keep going and making more Fungees to fill in this space. And I also like to shade this one, so I'll show you how I shade, because I think they all need a little shade to give it that dimension. So I just put, with my pencil, I just put a draw line right down one side of my Fungees. And I just don't want to press hard. I just want to put a graphite just along one side. That Zentangle tile has a beautiful texture. and it accepts that pencil great. Now I'm going to take my shading stump and I'm just going to blend. And by blending, I use a light touch and draw it out. Draw that pencil or that graphite out to the center. I want to make sure that I don't have any light edge right along that edge. I want that completely gray, but then I want to lift the pressure on my shading stump to get that nice blended look. You can see how this just really makes that tangle have a dimension. And you can shade the background. I would probably go back in and do a little bit more, just give it some extra little pop. Sometimes I like to do a little picot just down one edge. What I call picot is just a little dot by my pen, and I'm just going to put it on that shaded side. Might even call it bead line. Down there, there is a tangle called bead line, and once I saw that one, I thought, oh, I could use that same technique on any line. You can put some other little organic pieces with this. My favorite is fescue. When I'm doing anything, I think every single one of my tiles has a little fescue in it somewhere. So for those who don't know, this is a little fescue. And it could come out, just be right on top. And there you have Fungees by Leslie Crumbler. But if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and share it with some of your friends so they too can learn the wonderful art of Fungees Tangle.